Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today to tell you a little bit about Genethon. So Genethon is a non-for-profit biotech that was created over 30 years ago by the French Patient Association for Muscular Dystrophy, the AFM Teleton. And we've been, since the very beginning, working since the late 90s, working on research and development of gene therapy. Some key figures, so Genethon is today more than 200 experts, and we have 13 programs in clinical development coming from Genethon or at Genethon, and 7 ready to go to the clinical development in the coming years. We have over 1,000 patents and be filed, and over 1,500 articles that have been published in peer-reviewed journal. Just to tell you a little bit about the expertise that we have developed over the years in gene therapy. We have developed a therapeutic program, but also platform, and we're going to go through some of them during the presentation. So we have, the research team is about 100 scientists, and we have a unit of INSERM. INSERM is the equivalent of NIH in France. So an academic unit is embedded within our research team, and this gives an interesting spin to our level of innovation. We also have in-house CMC capabilities, so we are able to develop our internal bioprocess for our programs, and we have an important focus on innovation in CMC that we're going to tell you a little bit about later on. And we have also an in-house expert in clinical development and regulatory affairs. So we haven't been working on gene therapy alone. Since the very beginning, we have strongly believed that this is an area where partnership and collaboration are key. And over the years, we've been working with some of the most important institutions in Europe as well as in the US dedicated to gene therapy. And we have also created several collaborations with biotech and pharma. So our business strategy is we are non-for-profit, so we cannot tap directly into external capital, but we have been able to create a certain number of classic license and collaboration with pharma, but also spin-off. 2 examples, we have spun out our GMP capabilities in a CDMO, Iposcasi, that today is one of the largest CDMO in Europe for gene therapy. And we also have spun off some of our therapeutic program in biotech, such as Atamayo, dedicated to limb-girdle muscular dystrophies. So we have 4 teams in research. We have a team dedicated to muscular dystrophies, one dedicated to neuromuscular disease, a gene editing team, as well as a team dedicated to the immunomodulation, as well as liver diseases. And the 4 leaders are academics, as I said, and we have across the 4 teams also a certain number of innovative platforms. So this is our pipeline in muscular disease. We have a Duchenne, a microdystrophin program in the clinic today in partnership with Sarepta. But we also have a number of limb-girdle muscular dystrophies that's been spun off into Atamayo. That's currently fundraising. And we also have a certain number of early-stage programs, for example, a 2nd-generation program in Duchenne with a dual vector approach that we are open to partner and find collaboration. We have also a portfolio of assets in the liver disease, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Krieger-Najjar program. This is the most advanced that we have today in-house. So Krieger-Najjar is a disease, is a genetic disease that leads to the inability to conjugate, to metabolize bilirubin, so a very high level of bilirubin circulating, unconjugated bilirubin circulating leads to severe neurological effect and death if it's not treated. There is no therapeutic solution available today. The only solution is phototherapy, so this patient has to spend 10 to 12 hours a day under phototherapy. This is a severe impact to their to the quality of life. And over the years, phototherapy becomes less and less effective. So we have developed an AAV8-based gene therapy. We have gone through the dose escalating study, and today we are in pivotal. And we have had very interesting results that they were published recently in the New Medical Journal of Medicine. So in this slide, you can see on the top the two patients that were treated with the 10 to the 12 dose, the first dose. And although you see the bilirubin, this is an interesting model as a trial because the efficacy of gene therapy is very easily to measure. It's just a measurement of bilirubin, and you can see the gene therapy is effective just a few days after injection. In the first two patients with the treatment with a low dose, they had to recover phototherapy after a few weeks, but once we increased the dose to 5, 10 to the 12, the patient had a stable bilirubin level, low and stable over several months. Some of these patients have not been started phototherapy now for over 2 years. And today we are in pivotal, and we have extended this study to a cohort of pediatric patients. So it's a very exciting program. With regard to technological platform, I wanted to tell you a little bit about our capsid platform. We have different approaches. We have rational shuffling, and we have also a computational rational design, and we're going to spend a few minutes talking about that. So the computational structural rational AAV design is an approach that is based on identified in the target organ. We have identified a specific receptor that is selected to that target organ, and then by engineering the capsid through the variable region to find the right sequence of amino acid and the ligand formation that can bind to the specific receptor in a selective and stable manner. So as long as we are able to identify a specific receptor, this platform can be very versatile. The first proof of concept we did was with a capsid that is aimed to target the muscle and detarget the liver. So we have used as a backbone a capsid that is already proprietary of Genethon that was already detargeting the liver. And we are targeting, in this case, one integrin in the muscle. So we have compared the result, the capsids called LICA. We have compared it to AV9, of course, but also some of the best in-class capsid that we have today targeting the muscle. And you can see that if you look at the percentage of VCN in the muscle versus the liver, or in the heart versus the liver, we are several hundred percentage above the AV9, but also significantly above the best in class today. So it's a capsid that can extremely significantly detarget the liver. And we also tested it in animal models of disease model like LGMDs and Duchenne, and we have found that we can recover the phenotype. So highly effective in disease models. And so this is the first example, and we're now using the platform to address other type of end organ. Just one word of our effort in immunomodulation. We have a whole team dedicated to screening and understanding how we can address, on one hand, the treatment of patients that are not eligible today to IV gene therapy because they have already pre-existing antibodies, and how to address second injection. So this is just one of the examples. We were the first at Genethon, together with Spark, to discover the IDES, an enzyme of bacterial origin that can cleave IgG, can be used as a pre-treatment to allow reducing pre-existing immunity and treat patients, and treat in this case was actually a non-human primate. They were otherwise not eligible to receive AAV treatments. Today we are preparing to test this approach, these strategies in a clinical trial using the Krieger-Najjar model. And so we hope in the next few months to be able to treat patients with a pre-treatment of IDES and then the Krieger-Najjar gene therapy. And this will allow to see very rapidly if it works or not by following the level of bilirubin. The one last example of our platform is dedicated to CMC and bioprocess. We believe that this is really remain one of the key bottlenecks of gene therapy because the manufacturing costs are still extremely high. And so we work very actively to try to find strategies to reduce the cost, increase the yield, and increase the productivity. Today we have about 20 different collaborations with different academic and non-academic institutions to, from upstream, downstream, try to improve the process and improve the quality of the end product. For example, we are working with a company that is able to produce protein out of roots of plants, and we are applying the technology to produce AAV, and we have a very, very interesting results already. The last piece of my presentation is dedicated to an important project. We've been working at Genethon together with our other player called Genethon. So Genethon is a biocluster that has been created just a few weeks ago, but we're working on the project since the last couple of years. The idea is really to create an ecosystem of expertise in gene therapy in France, but we're attracting experts from Europe and the rest of the world. We have received a significant financing from the French government. And the objective is on multiple axes. Is first of all to really create a center of excellence of experts in gene therapy, and we really hope that this will accelerate innovation and development of gene therapy in the next few years. A large part of the financing we are going to receive from the French government will be used to create technological platforms. They will be located in France, but they will be open to the ecosystem, and it will go from research to manufacturing to clinical development, and will tackle all the bottlenecks of gene therapy. For example, we will have an AAV platform, we will have an immunomodulation platform, a quality control, a gene editing, a quality control, etc. Then another important axis will be focused on training. We believe that gene therapy is such a specific type of expertise that needs also a specific focus type of training, both from a technical point of view and from an entrepreneurial point of view. So we are liaising with some of the universities and business schools of the ecosystem to create ad hoc training. And then we are going to also try to create a system or, to support creation of acceleration of the creation of a new company in gene therapy through a number of modules, which includes seeding funds, as well as access to expertise, to mentoring clubs, etc. So it's a very exciting project. As I said, it will be based in France, but we really hope to attract a network of experts, certainly across Europe. So we started with 7 founders that you see in the inner circle, and Spark is working with us, for example, and then we have extended today to about 30 partners and stakeholders, and we really hope that this number will become significantly bigger in the coming months. Thank you very much for your attention. I'll be happy to chat with you offline during the conference. Thank you.